took her, I'm going to take her on vacation. I'm thinking, I know that I've been shown things that maybe is telling me to leave or to at least separate so I can be clear-headed with these decisions instead of saying that I'm going to do something and then allowing the one of the ingredients of the decision, that part of the decision I have to make, to come in and change my mind again. This time I'm going to come out of the pocket. It's not working for free, so I'm going to pay. And then something happened along the way where, well, some of you didn't plan this trip because you keep getting distracted or your stomach's bothering you. It's something else going. They don't deserve the trip. You're investing in something where you're not going to get any return. And the return isn't always financial. It's just appreciation. And it's an energy, remember. It's all frequency that we're doing here. Who was told, I get an upset that is scary. It's I'm not even sure what I'm capable of doing to make sure that how I feel gets fixed. If something or someone has to be removed, I'd rather not do that though. But is me being like this just creating more challenge in this particular area? I don't accept this kind of challenge. Maybe just say that and then allow other things to take place where you can just sit back. But here we are back to why does a man have to tell a woman? I don't know. First, you really do have to pay attention, not ask when their thing is. For those who know that they actually get it, like you may have actually seen blood, but others of you, you're not even sure if they got it. They don't complain about it the way my exes did. I don't feel, I could feel when that was coming on and when it was there. And I would, whatever would happen. Sometimes you would just argue, and then other times you would go hang out with your boys or something. I don't feel that. But this is for the man who could feel it. Why do I have to tell you? Why are you packing white and yellows and bright pinks and shit? Why do we do these things? Maybe I'm going to forget what I started talking about. So let me get a pen. Oh, huh. And this is wearing light clothes. This is how bad it is. I can feel that something else, or it's just me. While on. I don't get it at all. I don't get mine out. I got my period. This is why I can't figure out why I'm only 51. I'm not sure. Does it usually stop by then? But this has been for, as far as I know, 6 years, which would have made me in my 40s completely done. I have no signs of menopause, pre-menopause, current menopause, and post-menopause. I don't accept it. It is a program as far as I'm concerned, and your body just does shit while you ascend. Sometimes we ascend and then we just descend with certain decisions. Doesn't mean we're bad fucking people or that we failed. It means this is the flow through life. It's not all up. Speaking of flow. Okay. This is the kind of guy where he wants to pack some black shit for her in his bag. This isn't, unfortunately, sir, the only area where you wind up playing this role. It's almost like, now if you're fucking your assistant, it's almost like you're her assistant now. But let's just, the Four Swords came out for the man, even the woman where there's a female. It has to do with being on that, but not really. Are you lying? When women actually get it, this is the first thing I do. All dark clothes. I'll bring a few white or lighter outfits in case the period gods are looking down on me. We prepare. It's instinctive for us real women and for us honest women, where let's say that you're not even sure if you were born, right? I mean, is that possible? Can they change shit where you actually were conceived a male and they add some chromosomes? We're talking about another intelligence here. I don't know if it came down here. I'm not gonna, to get that deep into shit is kind of like you'd have to make a lifestyle out of this kind of shit. It just seems a little too detailed, and like you're making deals with other beings that could get even quicker than somebody on this plane could, it feels like. But here we are back to that. When they put liquid on there, I don't know, I didn't want to get into that. Not with what I'm talking about. So you put that wherever it is for you. Yeah, kinky Dion. Anyway, what I don't feel like this it's a woman, because there's something going on here that's chick-like. Beautiful woman for some of them, but it almost feels like you are preparing intentionally to make this trip less than what it's supposed to be. And I can't figure out why. There must be something that you know is going to happen or come out. Or it could just be guilt and conviction. You need the attention and the, oh, you're cramped? Okay. What the fuck is this guy supposed to do now? These other women. If somebody's period is ruining, I would leave the hotel for the woman that's there, go to another hotel. You, and listen, I don't even feel I want to be like this. You didn't want to cancel, but it's worse than you thought. This could be happening because there could be something on some of these other women that are making your bleeding worse. It may not even be you, darling, okay? Yeah, go with the flow on that. And if you feel like you're just not getting along with people in this particular hotel, make it you. And then you can now the blows from other people trying to blame you for it are a little more soft and be like, you know what, I'm miserable and I'm putting this shit out into the whole hotel. Just go to a different type of hotel where you may run. There could be other miserable women on their period there and you're all going to get along, or some of you will. It would be the weird time where you're all freaking to meet other women that you actually vibe with, right? Whose woman can't even wear dresses while they have it? What is this thing you have going on? Are you chipped? I mean, this feels like I read it and then they did a video. That's it. I Googled it, or it was in a magazine, and then boom, there comes the confirmation. This shit is about skincare shit. Da, da, da. Sadly, nothing about period pain and cycles and how some men pay attention to these things. It may not be for your benefit, and it could have been just maybe an X or something. Taurus. Oh, not the messages from the heavens. Then they try to find some spiritual thing, This will be the chick that there's been a lot of flow. Just consistent movement. And I also see some voodoo. Oh, not the heavy stuff. Is that what somebody said? Not the heavy stuff, just putting pins. Oh. I guess the heavy stuff would be dipping it in kerosene and setting it on fire. That would be the heavy stuff. I don't know what's up with the flow on this woman, but this is a break in messages, and the message is obviously that I'm not feeling well. Huh. Or are you not feeling well around? Are you just wanting to go on this? Is somebody going on a trip so they can meet somebody else and possibly leave you? Did they pack a little more this time? Yeah, there are other people involved with this. This is for someone in particular, and I think that you could have asked something for some type of something. Just let me know. Again, like, is this? Listen, what's the difference between messages saying no and challenges? when you're the kind of individual where you see things as challenges, it's hard to see when things are just trying to say it's just not now or not ever or not with this. Yeah, RT. This could have been, is this, well, Trinidad. Rainer. ZK. J.E. I really wanted to go on this trip, though. Can I ask you a question? What's stopping you from going on this trip without them? Maybe you should go on the trip by yourself. It would have been like that anyway. You would have been sitting at dinner, nothing really being said except for, I wish I could have, I can't do it. And this, do you feel this? This is it comes off as a compassion. It's what it'll look like at first when I feel that. And then you feel, this feels different. Did I pay for this trip just to buy food and then run to the store in the middle of the night, even when she doesn't need what she's saying because she knows that I paid and that we're far away? So the way that she diverts any kind of uncomfortable questioning or looks or aha moments of this man, she's got to keep him busy and mentally focused on her. What happens now, if you don't if you don't pick up on this while you're on the trip, because I'm surrounded by blue sky. Some of you, it fucking rained the whole time. It's like, I'm ready to just live here and get a fucking shrimp and boat and say, here, go back and have everything. Just let me take half of the fucking money in the bank account. I could live here. That is for some 12. When you get home, though, and it kicks in, and the bank accounts would dwindle a little bit. I didn't even buy, but I brought nothing back. Why did I go on? What happened? I gained about 6 pounds. I went on vacation and came back more frustrated. Whoa! Was that Artie? Whoa! Anxious? Hey, check this out. I went on a fucking reverse. Look, anxious and economically. All I did was put into the system, spend my hard-earned fucking money, regardless of how you got it. I feel tired, stressed. See, I walk and I go, do we start at the airport? Let's just see where we start. You could say that I'm did I pick up on what they're feeling for those that actually have it? And you should have just been more vocal and been the voice of reason. So there always needs to be a voice of reason. When it gets to this, when money is being wasted, time wasted, but not you get something bad out of it, and it's a getaway holiday, right? My bones. I can fit. For whoever said I can feel it in my bones that something is telling me no, you're correct. Yeah, in fact, I feel that there are some angels going, hell no. It's that bad for somebody in particular. I would go by yourself. You may be destined to meet somebody else. I don't care if it's what is this, please? What is this? That we feel like we owe something to someone else before ourselves. When did this just be, oh yeah, I do the same thing. You said the voice goes up? I just can't. And these are the guys, and then the women who will go, I just figured, I gave my life over, I have nothing else great that's going to happen. No, remove that. And please replace with the opposite. We command it and demand it, and that's that. This is how we're going to start saying shit into existence without the awkwardness of, certain lingo, you could say that. This was supposed to be Zen. I walk in, and it's just very quiet. Nobody's talking about, there could be kids there, or even parents. So, I don't even, okay, let's see what happens for those who your parents or your in-laws lives with you or something like that. Look, this looks like same thing. This isn't the first time this happened. You would be better off taking this vacation with somebody that you don't particularly care for, but you have no choice but to admire them and respect them. When the respect and let's just say admiration there or not, once you respect somebody, you respect them enough to be honest enough to say, I'm weird like this. I need a break just from everything. You're honest. That's why that shit'll work better. And I think that people feel a little uncomfortable when you come back. These people come back because they can just tell that, there's somebody in the home that can tell that this woman is an opportunist. This could be roommates, and then one roommate just kind of does differently. You're like the mom of the house and shit. And I don't mind. I like it. But as the matriarch, whether it's been said or not, you show it. I think that there's a clever way I could bring this up. I could even make it seem like I met somebody out and they had this happen. B-O-N, why are they saying? Oh, 12 gauge. Yep. Gauge. They're showing me gauge spelled wrong. G-A-G-E. Yeah. The Magician. It is a different kind of act. Why did she seem relieved when we get back? What am I doing wrong here? Spend $6,000. And I feel depleted. There was no limitation, or maybe it got to that point where I didn't set a limit to what I'll withstand. When I go away and I take you with me, I don't give a fuck if this is a wife for 30 years. Something's different. Either she's replaced and cloned, all right, or things just, the situation changed. Why do we feel like when a situation changes, right? Let's forget saying that we had to have changed in order for the situation to change. Then you have to separate that and then think about the shit you do. Let's just talk about the situation changing. Why do we feel like we have to now change to fit that situation still? Why can't we change and then change our situations throughout life and be like, I'm not willingly wanting to stay in this the way it is. So then something winds up changing by it's natural. Maybe that change in that situation is to kick you out of that situation. It's to make you feel uncomfortable because there's a situation over here that's a perfect fit or a hell of a better fit than this one. Is this the only situation you could be in? And do you have to... Listen to me. Listen, you could be the motherfucker that planned the trip. And you could have gotten, or it came early or something like that. And you now feel like you have to go. I would not go. If you paid for them, there's somebody who paid for people, you're just like that. You're going to have to go without me. If they complain about you not being there, they're lying. I would not want you there with your period, especially if you paid. In fact, I don't want the reminder that, once again, I couldn't fucking put my own, right? But I'm grateful for it. It's that on the fence thing. I'm grateful. But I still feel like shit that, like, someone had I don't want to sabotage a reward. I must have been good. But they'd rather you not go. This is that lack of communication again. But I don't care if you're the one that planned it and then something came up at the last minute and you were concerned about not showing up. This is for somebody that planned the trip and everybody paid separate, but something came up in your life, and I really hope it wasn't the death of a child. For that, but to make someone feel bad about having a tragedy in their life, when you don't really like their presence anyway, what is it when we do this? Is it for control? Or is it just, my husband pissed me off, my wife pissed me off, my kids, whatever, and I don't know how to let this out the right way. Some of you just don't. Others you do. But there's this imp on your shoulder. I would flick them off in your imagination and then see if that changes things with belief and shit, and just being that kid in your mind. I see actor. Oh. Why can't you use this acting that you do to make some kind of money? Yeah, a B. Oh, okay. Do they have D actors? Somebody has their period twice a month because they are going on auditions and you're just not good. This isn't what you're supposed to be doing. And when we all do this, I'm guessing, it could be heavier now than usual, where we're trying to force ourselves in a line of work, a career, a passion that you just, if you had passion for it, it's natural. I mean, you practice. You're not the kind of person that practices on a schedule, though, because you understand practice really for me is just experience. Doing this, could you imagine the fight that it causes inside of you, which affects your whole life, when you're trying to force, even paying with school or classes or something that you really don't want to do. Not all of you have family members making you feel like you have to. You're doing it. It's this two sides of you, which we all have many. Learning to balance those two. I've been in school for 2 years and I can't even find a fucking pre-job for the shit that I'm learning. I mean, I like painting, or I like building shit. Maybe I'll just let the universe know or something. Please bring an easy path and plan for me to get to what I actually have a love for that will fulfill me. Don't think about the finances, because once you're fulfilled here with that kind of shit, you just like and it may not even be a ton of money, but what it is, it's the things and how they move in and move out of your life that winds up being exciting to even experience and witness, which sometimes is more valuable than the actual material things that you get from things like that. Now, there is something pushing me away from this, like that's enough, but with the famous actor, somebody could have been on vacation or they met one. Did this just happen? They met one, and this would be somebody in the public eye where if I told my boys or my girls that I landed this one, I don't want to flip letters out for this, because people are already taking this personally. You must not have adrenochrome, because they didn't want you. This feels like a very fussy motherfucker. And I'm going to pull on it. I guess that was it is no longer the latter of the two choices. Well, congratulations. Yeah. What this does for your confidence and for now your type. You're your type now. I don't care what gender you are, but it felt good to see somebody like this where, I don't know if it is part of a program. Are they anybody? I'm skilled and fucking talented, and I'm good looking as shit. I'm better looking than this person. I wouldn't say that it was a mirage, because they exist and they're gifted and talented, but were they put on pedestals when we should have been putting ourselves on one, at least two as well, I mean. Not only take them off of one, a lot of them earned this. But we put them, and then this is actually like your God at some point, because you're putting this person above you. What that does for all of this that you're putting out. Listen, I want to remind you, we're not even conscious of a lot of shit that's coming from us. You know why? You learn to fool yourself. I put on a smile every day for something or someone. It doesn't mean all day a fake smile, but this is how I really feel about it. The confusing, let's look at it like this. I'm sending the frequency of confusion to something in the quantum world that is a computer off of feeling. And then that generates whatever this is now. Something has to come back to you. What am I telling this thing? Is the book of life this quantum computer? And is the definition of a computer just a whole bunch of moving parts with a solution? Like that creates solutions or ideas, or we could just believe, we could be told what an actual definition of a computer is. And so we don't see the world as that. When people get these messages and they're like, God, I feel simulation, I feel computer, but I can't put the shit together, right? And we're all just putting our own input in, and everybody has a different way of looking at it, and that's okay. There's no other choice but for it to be okay. I mean, we were going a little short of putting somebody in fucking prison for not seeing things the way that we do, which that has actually happened. And some people just said, okay, I'll do it for some money or something, whether they testified or got rid of important evidence, whatever that was. Some of those people you were fated to meet and handle things differently, because either they were coming into something that you weren't aware of. They're fated to win the lottery. You know what I mean? Inherit some friggin' building that they're going to turn into loft apartments and give you one for real cheap because you chose to be a good friend to them, or at least just a decent person is all it takes for some people who are giving. But we don't recognize this stuff as. With that being said, whoever this chick is, for the ones who do, you do this all the time. If it's not that, it's a backache and shit like that. But you feel obligated to invite them because it could have happened, or you just know how they are. That if we don't the one time, we're never gonna. So then you hear it and then you respond. You don't react. Just respond, and then you walk away. I think the way that we've been handling things, everybody, based off of who we're spending time with, what we're seeing on television and movies, makes it seem like it's okay to just let certain shit go, or to handle it in a way that's not going to help either side. And even worse, when both sides lose something. When both sides are losing, something's not meant to be. It's not supposed to be. So now I'm looking at this whole thing differently. Yup. Huh. This is a the veil being lifted. Huh. They could look. Somebody saw an actor, saw them smile, or they don't smile. Yeah, look at this. This is sacrifice. That people can tell the actors who have excessively sacrificed. This could even be clone. You're looking at them with the devil and the death, like they just look different than when I saw them before. If it's a vacation spot or some bar or something where they go, you may not see them. I don't even see them anymore. Huh? You can tell that something's got a grip on some, and then for others you can tell that it's a mix of conviction for. Now, let's say this. Let's say they're a clone and they don't even remember doing this. Let's say that they're a replacement in some way. It's still in the cellular memory. You may have to ask for that shit to be removed because it's creating heaviness and, dawn. And this is what shame, guilt, and regret manifest as physically. And then you have those, this is justice. This something has to be balanced out. You can tell that karma is a thing. Things needing to be balanced, and even if it has to be forced, is true. So you wave goodbye to like somebody hightailed it out of there, or you got back in your freaking boat and shit. This could be some vacation spot too, where there's a lot of celebrities here, and I think that's kind of why you used to go. You used to have conversations with them, where you would meet them. You would meet them, and then it was a good experience for me. Yeah, some of them didn't look even then what they looked like on TV and stuff, but they were still attractive enough where you felt like, oh, okay, this is actually cool that I have friends like this. Somebody also has some royal friends or friends of yours that have dated. Now, some of your friends, are currently dating some of these people. Nope. Please stop putting people's faces in my fucking mind. People are aware of individuals doing that shit, of forcing images, forced imagery. Don't accept it. They seem like they're overthinking or distracted. I think that once this person told their friends this, some of their friends went, 0, not 1, 0, not one of them there. I believe most of them were replaced. I do. And I believe that there could have been very few actual originals left, and that there's a kink in the plan. That could have been the kink in an already set plan, though. There always has to be some other form of being, either putting. You have enough other worldly beings that you're not even aware exist, darker, archonic, just mixed with angry because of the lack of appreciation for humans with this planet and just the universe, the just complete lack of regard for consequence, for something greater. And it could have been something like that. Or whether they can come here and live in certain places in caves and underground and shapeshift and do that crazy stuff that people talk about. Maybe it isn't so damn crazy. Whatever this is, I also see a lot of, oh, is that what it is? Are there a lot of surgeons or just people who got involved with cosmetology and you may not have went to school? They're showing me people being taught secondhand how to do injections and even certain surgeries and stuff. So it could be that some of the things they got done to their face. Now, not all of these people have this shit coming back to them. Some of them, my God, that is nuts to think. What if your favorite plastic surgeon is replaced now, or has somebody else's fucking face on? I mean, telling you this. If they made a movie about it, it either came from that first, or the movie made some people go, I want to see if this is actually possible. I like that storyline. This is just the world that we're living in. If they're using their brain, you can't even get mad. Why would you get angry at that? That they're creative. Not everybody, that just because they're not doing something in a line of where you would and think that it's creative doesn't mean that you're more creative than them. But at some point, when all of these things that I talk about on my channel, they can all exist in the same universe, but there's too much in one spot. And that one spot is a combination of insecurity, caring what other people think, envy, jealousy, competition. All that. It will age you. So, back to this. Yeah. No, it's just kind of like the Batman, of menstrual cycles. This woman I'm picking up on right now just became a menstrual cycle in the form of a woman. Some of they say, oh, look at, oh my God, I'm dying. Oh, they could have made this shit worse for the woman that actually has it. You're a woman and you have it, but the things that you say to get extra attention have actually made it worse. Oh my God, I feel like I'm bleeding out, or la di da di da. Remove all that and replace with something that's going to help instead of hurt. I'm telling you, somebody's doing black magic, or somebody wants to get back at me for something, and la di da di da. Well, some women will stand up and be like, go fuck yourself, to it. And they wind up pushing themselves to do things. Maybe that numbs the pain for them. Well, they put match on here. And the first thing I thought is that somebody just wanted to light a match and be like, I want you and this cycle to go away together. I know that this thing isn't going to go away until after you're 50 or like 30. I got to deal with this shit for 20 more fucking years? You can't help yourself get through this easier to make my life and the kids' fucking life easier? Or we're just now every month we just have to prepare to fucking bring shit to you and here, let me run your bath. You're demasculating him. And I don't appreciate it. I'm not even sure if he notices it, and he could disagree with me. As a woman who likes to give men the power that they need so that they want to protect her and they want to take care of her, I disagree about how this whole thing is going down. Did somebody tell you if you put anyone before yourself in life, it will fail every time? Even if you put a business before you, what good is the business if you're no good? You know, I don't care. I don't mean eating fucking healthy. I mean the respect and what you will and will not tolerate, and what you will and will not give your eyesight to. You have to love yourself that fucking much in order for all this other stuff to take place, with this effortless things just happening for me. And woo, man, they were removed out of my life without me having to get cockeyed. It's pretty cool. Whoever this type of female is that female, this period thing and this constant excuses, or this is the victim and the one who they require pity. Do you know what that does to you when you're always the one that gives it and you give it on cue? You're giving her more pity than you're giving yourself. For you sensitive women and men, you're feeling sick around this person. You don't move away for a minute and just pay attention to what you feel removed. It doesn't mean they're bad or they're sick, but if we could just talk about this openly in a certain way where I don't know what it is, and it must be your cramps and stuff, but when I come near you, I start feeling crampy, or I start feeling like who gives a fuck how they take it? This is about you and you removing yourself from a situation, whether you know it or they know it. That's going to help this current awkward situation in the future. Or it's just going to be cut, and then there is no a second part to this. It's the unfucking known. I can't be around you, and that's it. Yeah. All right. Well, people need to hear this. I hope this helped. Goodbye.